Test review part 3. Here we go. Joan baked 15 muffins. Kenny baked 2 times as many muffins as Joan. How many muffins did they bake in all? Well, before we can solve for that question, we have to first figure out how many muffins did Kenny bake. So let's go ahead and put that as a statement. Kenny baked blank muffins. Go ahead and write that on your paper. Now, let's go ahead and look and see who or what is involved. What are my parts? Do we know a whole? Let's see. Well, we know we're working with Joan and we're working with Kenny. We know that Joan baked 15 muffins. Let's go ahead and create a bar model for Joan. Okay, so that's going to be a part. Kenny baked 2 times as many muffins as Joan. So I know 2 and 15. Let's go ahead. We don't know the whole. We don't know how many Kenny baked. So let's go ahead and draw our bar model next for Kenny. If Kenny is 2 times as much as Joan, go ahead, take a minute, draw that bar model, and then check back and see if you're correct. You should have something like this. Okay. So let's go ahead and solve for Kenny. How many does Kenny have? So if I know that 1 unit is 15, and I'm trying to find 2 units, 2 times 15 should get you 30. So Kenny has 30 muffins. Kenny baked 30 muffins. Now, the question in the story problem was how many muffins did they bake in all? So now let's take that question, put it into a statement. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put that question mark on our bar model to show what it is we're solving for. Okay. Question is how many muffins did they bake in all? So Joan plus Kenny in all, and there's your question mark. So how many muffins did they bake? Well, we know that Joan baked 15. We know that Kenny baked 30. So in all, you're going to take those 2 parts and solve for the whole. Take Joan's part and Kenny's part, add them together to get your whole. So they baked 45 muffins in all. Okay, that's number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Number 2. Ellie has 32 pens. She gives 4 pens each to some girls. How many girls are there? So let's take that question, rewrite it into a statement. There are blank girls. Now let's figure out who or what is involved. Parts, whole, what is it that we have? Well, we have 32 pens, total of 32 pens, so that is a whole. She gives 4 pens each to some girls. That is a part. We've got a whole and we've got a part. Now let's think. She has this whole bunch of pens and she's giving 4 pens each to some girl. So if you have an amount of something and you're giving a certain amount out to each person, what is it you're doing? You're dividing. So now we're working with 32. We're working with 4. 32 is my whole, 4 is my part. I know I'm dividing. Now, what kind of bar model am I going to draw? Well, do I know how many girls there are? Do I know how many sections I can put in a bar model? No. But I know that 4 go into each one. So you want to create the bar model that shows how many goes to each girl. So 4 pens go to each girl. Now label the whole. Label your 32. Where does that go on your bar model? Okay, so 32. 4 to go to each girl. Now put your question mark in the bar model to show what you solve for. Right. Again, start with your whole. Dividing up 4 at a time. And that will give you how many? 8. Good job. There are 8 girls. Double check that math. What is 8 times 4? 32. Good. Okay. Let's go on to number 3. Leslie saves $24. Megan saves 5 times as much as Leslie. How much money does Megan save? Let's take that question, turn it into a statement. Megan saves blank dollars. Don't forget that dollar sign. Okay, good. Now let's look and see who or what is involved. Parts, wholes. What do we have? Okay, we have Leslie and we have Megan. Leslie saves 24. Megan saves 5 times as much as Leslie. So I've got a part, 24. I've got another part, 5. My whole, that's what I'm trying to solve for. I'm trying to figure out how much does Megan save. That's going to be our whole. So let's go ahead and let's draw a bar model. Let's draw that one section to represent what Leslie has. So Leslie saves 24. Draw a bar for that. And label it $24. Okay. Now, take a minute. Draw a bar model for Megan. She saves 5 times as much. So your bar needs to have 5 sections to it. And then label it with a question mark to show what it is we're solving for. Leslie is 24. Megan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much as Leslie. And that is what we are trying to solve for. So question mark over the whole thing here. Okay, so let's figure out 1 unit is $24. And if I'm trying to figure out 5 units, I could just add 24 plus 24 plus 24. But we know a quicker way. So 5 units is 5 times 24. solve for that on the side. So Megan saves $120. All right. So our test is tomorrow. We have reviewed a lot of different story problems. You're going to find a lot of these on math test tomorrow. You're going to do awesome. You're going to do really well. And hopefully you have been able to also hear Brandon play your clarinet, and hopefully you have enjoyed that music. So, all right, we'll see you later.